Every evening, when the city lights began to glow and traffic filled the streets, a man named Ethan stood quietly at the same busy intersection. He stood in one corner, not begging, not shouting, not chasing anyone. In his hands was a small cardboard sign. It read, "I can work." Thousands of people passed him every day. Some glanced at the sign. Some slowed their steps. Most looked away. Ethan had once believed that if you worked hard, life would reward you. But life had taught him a different lesson. A company shutdown had taken his job. Medical bills drained his savings. Friends slowly disappeared. And one day, he realized he was no longer falling. He had already fallen. Still, Ethan refused to beg, not because he was proud, but because he believed something deep inside. I don't need sympathy. I need a chance. Days passed, then weeks. No one stopped. One rainy evening, soaked and tired, Ethan stood at the corner as cars waited for the traffic light to change. A businessman in a dark coat rolled down his window and read the sign. He looked at Ethan and asked, "Why don't you ask for money instead? You'd get more help." Ethan smiled weakly and replied, "Because I don't want charity. I want a chance." The light turned green. The car drove away, but those words stayed behind. That night, Ethan sat alone under a bridge, listening to the rain hit concrete. For the first time, he asked himself a hard question. If no one is giving me a chance, how can I create one? The next morning, Ethan changed his sign. It now read, "I will solve a problem for you." People noticed. They slowed down. They read it twice. But still, most walked away. Until one woman stopped. She owned a small cafe nearby. She looked tired, overworked. "I need someone to clean tables for 2 hours," she said. "Can you do that?" Ethan nodded instantly. He didn't just clean tables. He organized chairs, helped customers, fixed a loose table leg, and smiled like the job mattered, because to him, it did. When the woman paid him, she said, "You didn't just work, you helped my business." The next day, she called him again. Then another shop owner noticed him. Then another. Ethan was no longer standing in the corner. He was moving, working, helping, solving problems. Slowly, something inside him changed. He stopped seeing himself as someone who had failed. He started seeing himself as someone who was useful. One night, walking home exhausted, Ethan realized something powerful. Businesses weren't struggling because they lacked money. They were struggling because they lacked reliable people. That's when the idea came. Ethan printed simple cards. No fancy logo, no big promises. Just words. "Need help today? I'll show up." The calls started slowly, then more came. Cleaning jobs, delivery work, setup work, organization. Ethan said yes to honest work. Within a year, he wasn't working alone anymore. He brought in others, people like him, people who just needed a chance. He paid them fairly, he showed up early, he kept promises. Clients trusted him. 3 years later, Ethan stood inside a small but clean office. He wore a simple suit. On the wall behind him was a framed cardboard sign, "I can work." A young man sat across from him for an interview, nervous, uncertain. The young man asked, "What qualifications do you look for?" Ethan smiled. "Willingness to solve problems," he said, "and the courage to start small." Then the young man asked, "What made you successful?" Ethan paused and replied quietly, "The day I stopped waiting to be chosen and decided to be useful."